It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Hello, it's me kicking over my desk. Saturday Speakie or something. Me talking to you, going blah. A lot of blah and not actually an awful lot to talk about, so I'm going to be making quite a lot up as I go along, very likely. The only topic I have to talk about is a video response to Sandamtod, who asked, what do you do when you've collected all of your holy grails in your collection? And it's an interesting question, and I've kind of pondered it a bit. Collecting for me has kind of evolved over the years that I've been doing it. When I started, I wasn't even on the internet. No, I wasn't. So I couldn't go on eBay or any of the other websites that sell retro gear. Basically, the only way I could buy retro kit was in the wild, and that meant car boot sales, flea markets, or places like Game Station, back when they were a thing and before they were bought out by Game and stopped selling retro stuff. For a while they did sell retro stuff. They sold over the odds. They were a bit expensive, but if you could get the stuff, you know, if you wanted it, I bought several items from them. And so in that period I had different holy grails from what I had later on when I started using eBay. The things I wanted were things like the Virtual Boy, the 3DO, the Vectrex. That was a big one for me. I really wanted those. Even an Atari 7800, they weren't easy to find. The car boot sales, I found more things like the old 8-bit computers. BBC Micro I found at a car boot. Commodore 64, Commodore Plus 4, and they were easier to find. Spectrums and Atari 2600, easy, even like in the wild. Not so easy now. But as I collected those things, I got the things I wanted. I mean, at that time, even a Sega Saturn was something to have. Everyone had a PS1. Finding a Saturn, before I had the internet, was not an easy thing. I was chuffed to bits when I found one in Game Station. And here's the thing, for me, Holy Grails, they are all hardware. I don't have software Holy Grails. I have lots of games and software, but I have them to play. If I'm buying a game for a piece of hardware, I'm buying it because I want to play it, unless it comes bundled. That happens, you know. I've got an awful lot of stuff that just came bundled with the systems that I bought. But yes, my Holy Grails moved from what are probably now considered more common items, though some of them are still not necessarily easy to find. But they've moved on. I've kind of got everything that I want and expect to get. There are still some systems that I think I'd like that in my collection, but I don't have the money and I don't have the space. And the ones, when I buy them, I want to play on them. I've got a few systems here that I don't play because I don't have software, or in some cases they don't work, and I'm looking at you, Coloured Genie, and the Video Genie is not entirely functional, and I do need to sort out the keyboard on the Commodore PET. Yeah, I bought a new keyboard for my PET thinking, excellent, I'll get that sorted now. No, I didn't pay close enough attention, it was the wrong keyboard. Burk. Yeah, so that's it somewhere in, I think it's in the wardrobe in there. Whatever. Holy Grails for me now, there are very few. I think Spectra Video, SV 312, 318, isn't it? Yeah. Is it SV or something or other? Spectra Video 318 we'll call it. I would like one of them. A Video Genie working, a Colour Genie working. I would like a TRS-80 Model 1. And I would like the Computers links. And I have all of these. I've seen ones and known of ones being sold, but I can't afford them. And the thing is, these would be items that I would have for the sake of having them, for the sake of completing my collection. And that's the thing, that having it, you can't really have a complete hardware collection. You can only have the goals that you set yourself. It's not like buying software where you can say, yes, I've got a complete Mega Drive collection of all the software or all the PAL software or whatever. Hardware, you can add or remove stuff from what you consider a complete collection because you set your own goals. Yeah, I mean, there are loads of Apple computers that I don't have. There are quite a few Commodores that I don't have. And Sinclairs. You know, there are quite a few things that I don't have, and I think, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But the ones I mentioned there, the Computers, the two Video Genie, Colour Genie, stuff like that. But I don't expect to get them anytime soon, and I won't worry if I don't. I kind of think, because of space and money, I consider myself pretty much finished in terms of collecting. I am a collector who I can't even call myself a collector now because I'm finished. I'm not buying hardware now. I am a person with a collection more than a collector. So what do? Having got all the stuff that I initially really wanted to get, my first Holy Grails, before I moved on to adding other ones that they're so Grailish I won't get them. That probably is grammatically moronic. Who cares? What do? I play with them. That's the thing. I don't have a goal in terms of collecting anymore. Collecting is no longer the thing for me. Having a collection now is what it's all about, and what I do with it. And what I do with it is I play the games on the systems, rarely actually just to play the game. Usually it is to make videos. It's to share with you lot. Because this collection and YouTube for me now have become all part of the same thing. Retro gaming, retro collecting, YouTubing, for me it's all part of the same hobby. And they're so intertwined. In my head I can't separate them. So I might not be buying any more hardware anytime soon. It doesn't matter. It's still an active hobby for me because YouTube, making videos, talking about it, showing you the stuff. If I haven't made a hardware system overview or review or whatever for ages, because most of the ones I haven't done you're gonna know about already anyway, and I don't see the point in telling you all the details and things that I could tell you about Sinclair Spectrum because it's been done to death, and I'm not going to tell you anything you can't find out yourself anyway just by looking on Wikipedia or whatever. I have nothing to add that hasn't been done already. So yeah, I'm not doing an awful lot in terms of hardware videos, but gameplay, yes. I mean they're sort of in some ways informative. Certainly with these Mega Drive and especially the 32X, you might not have seen them before. There's videos of all of these games out there already. So, I mean, can I add anything to them? Well, maybe a sense of fun. If you like watching someone being a complete numpty and playing badly and talking a load of rubbish, then yeah, if that's fun, and it seems to be for some people an enjoyable thing, then that's what I'm doing. That's what it's all about for me. Holy Grails kind of no realistic possibility of getting any of the ones that I would like for the near foreseeable future, but it just plain doesn't matter because YouTube, it's such a ongoing interactive thing. The whole lot is all bundled up into one thing for me. Yeah, there I am repeating myself. That's kind of actually all I've got, the main topics I've got to talk about today. Wow, wasn't that short? I've actually got quite a bit of stuff going on at the moment, hence no video yesterday. And I suppose I'll tell you about some of it. Health, yes, I went and had a routine health check on whatever day it was last week. And was informed, you have very high blood pressure, you need to do something about this, serious lifestyle changes, or you're going to die young. Not you're going to die imminently, but yeah, the risk of heart attack or stroke is quite high. My blood pressure on that particular test was like 186 over something or other, which is alarming. But I figured out actually why it was. Just before I'd gone there, I'd had a drink of SodaStream cola, and I'd made it too strong. But I drank it anyway. Massive caffeine and sugar rush. It's no bloody wonder my blood pressure was through the roof. So I went along the next day to have another blood pressure testing, and it was down to 165 over something, which was still too high, but not alarmingly so. But yeah, change of diet, total change of diet. My old eating habits were not healthy. It was all like ready meals bunged in the microwave, way too much salt, too much sugar, saturated fats, you name it. It was god awful, and I'm probably lucky not to be dead. So it's all healthy, fresh, well, frozen vegetables and chicken and fish and bananas and loads of bananas to get the salt down. Potassium instead of sodium. That's what I need. Yeah. So that's been taking a bit of my time and attention, just sorting out what am I going to do with my life. I need to get on the treadmill that's in the garage and get out on my bike, but it's skanky out there. Yeah, other stuff. I went for a job interview on Thursday. Yes, it was Thursday. And just getting an interview was very, very heartening, because around here there aren't many jobs that I can do, and it's not a fancy job. It's a warehouse job. I've done warehousing before. I stopped doing warehousing because I can't lift heavy weights and I'm talking like furniture, wardrobes. When I worked at Wilkinson's, and they would have you lift stuff that said on the box 2-man lift, you know, 2 people to lift this, and we would complain about it, and they'd say no, that's for the customers, not for the staff, and we're like, that ain't right. And then I buggered up my hernia. It had been repaired, but like the stitches ripped and stuff. So I stopped doing that, but I'm like, if I can find a warehouse job where it's not really, really heavy lifting, because, 20 kilos or something, I can do that. Or 10 or 15, something. No wardrobes. But, yeah, this one looked promising, and I got an interview, because, I applied for that many jobs. The guy phoned up and said, hello, it's so-and-so at so-and-so. Would you like to come along for an interview? I was like, I have no idea who this is, because I've applied for that many jobs. I can't remember who's who and where they are or what the job was, so I kind of just fumbled my way through that and then looked it all up afterwards. Went along to the interview, which was a weird thing because it was a group interview. It was like 6 people all in the room at the same time, which I don't do well in that kind of environment. I was mostly listening and nodding and whatnot. No direct questions ever asked, so it was like opportunities to speak, unless you were the kind of person who's very imposing and willing to talk over the top of other people. And I didn't have anything to say is the thing, because it's like, Any questions was the main. It was like the opportunity to speak. Well, I didn't have any questions because I know exactly how a warehouse works. But I did get to put all of that in writing, because even though we'd sent them CVs, they had us fill out application forms there and then. Whether or not they'll read my handwriting is another matter. But there you go. Yeah, so that's taken a bit of my attention. And do I expect to get the job? There were 6 people in there, and obviously I don't know what they put down on their forms and what work experience they've got. They're taking on 2 people out of those 6. I would put myself 3rd among the people in that room. But you can never tell. That's just my estimation of how it went, which might be way off. So we'll see. If I get the job, I will still be able to do this. It is a full-time job, but it's sort of peculiar hours. And if I'm able to make my videos at the weekend, I can just schedule them to be uploaded in the week. It will mean less interaction, answering of comments and stuff like that. But, you know, I am in no way counting my chickens. It's just heartening to get a bloody interview. You know, hundreds and hundreds of applications. And most of them, no, I would say 99% don't even bother to give you a reply and say thanks but no thanks. And I know it's the same for most people. You know, it's not that I'm unemployable, it's just that there are vastly more applicants than there are jobs, and anyone who thinks it's otherwise and it's easy to get a job if you want one has no idea what they're talking about. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it won't affect, if I get the job, like I say, I'm not expecting to, but if I were to get it, it would be starting very soon. It shouldn't affect this too much. Friday talkies would go out the window, but it's quite feasible that I would be able to do them on a Saturday as I'm doing now. So, you know, we will wait and see what happens. The money would be nice. If I were to get it, would I start collecting stuff again? No, not imminently anyway, because I have other priorities, and I still wouldn't have the space for me to put other hardware systems in this room now. I would have to clear some stuff out, and that would either mean clear other systems out, and there's nothing in here I want to put anywhere else like in the loft, or I would have to clear software out because I have shelf space taken up by software, but I don't want to do that. I want my software readily to hand. Otherwise, what's the point? You don't want to have to go and rummage in your loft, or certainly not in the garage or whatever to find a game to play. That's crap. So no, whatever happens, no new hardware in the imminent future, but it's all exciting or interesting or whatever. We'll just see. That's all I've got to talk about, and that wasn't even about gaming. It's just what's going on with me right now. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up button. I upload videos daily, so go ahead and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more. To all those who've already subscribed, I'd just like to say a great big thank you.